Games are all about the side content. Dozens upon dozens of minigames, challenges to complete, stats to max out, side stories to 100%. Every Yakuza game has a ton of side activities, but Infinite Wealth took it to insane new heights. There are two pieces of side content in particular here that can almost be described as entire games in their own right. We've got Pokemon and Animal Crossing in this game. So first off, let's start with the really, really weird one, Sujimon. This would be the Pokemon stand-in. It basically translates to a pun for shady guys in the original Japanese. In Yakuza 7, the previous turn-based entry where we played as Ichiban and all of that, it was a pretty simple concept. All of the enemies that we fought were added to the Suji Dex, where we'd catalog what types of freaks and strangers the official death of the Tojo clan left to Wonder Kanto, so that we could better learn how to stay safe from them. They'd be enemies like the pseudo-trash, the titillating turncoat, or the twitchy streamer. It was a simple way to add a little bit more RPG flair to Ichiban's adventure, which, in his video game-addled mind, was just like Dragon Quest. Nowadays, in the sequel, Infinite Wealth, the world of Sujimon has taken a turn for the strange. So, a lot of what happens in the side story is left vague, only ever alluded to, so let's just start with the facts here. This might be the most evil thing that's ever happened in a Yakuza game, but I'll leave that for you to decide. Okay, so basically, all of those Sujimon I mentioned in Yakuza 7, turns out each and every one of them is actually a huge masochist. Every Sujimon, no matter how powerful or grand, is basically just a masochistic man who wants a master. The only reason they act up so much and try to kill us on a daily basis is because they're still wild. Basically, they're bratty and need to be trained. Turns out, all we need to do is become a Sujimon master, and we can get them to submit. So, Ichiban travels all over Honolulu using his strength and charisma to convince these wild, bratty Sujimon that he's a worthy master and that they should follow his commands. Okay, so that's a weird thing to put in your Pokemon parody, but it's harmless. It really doesn't go any deeper than some casual, lighthearted S&M with a bit of LARPing attached to it. We just collect a bunch of dirty boys and we train them up to be more worthy of the attention that we give them from time to time. Ichiban is the Dom with 100 subs, and God bless him for it. However, things get a bit darker the deeper we look into how this whole thing operates. Yeah, I'm sorry, this Sujimon thing has to be a huge tangent for this video, or else I will always regret not getting into it. So first off, the fighting. This is definitely where things get a bit morally gray. The reason that we train these Sujimon is so that they can fight each other in Sujimon trainer battles. Now, look, you can say whatever you want about the weird delusions that these people are probably experiencing, and whether or not that inhibits their ability to consent, but if one thing is clear, it's that the Sujimon like fighting. So again, I would describe the fact that we battle with them as morally gray, not necessarily evil. I mean, it's not like anyone is forcing them to do any of this. Except, it turns out that they are. See, there's this big corporation that pretty much cultivated the culture around Sujimon training, the Sujimon League, and as it turns out, they are pretty evil. See, this is one of those things that's only alluded to, but there are two main ways to catch new Sujimon. We can either battle them in street raids and earn their respect through Ichiban's patented charisma. This one is kind of just fine. We ask them if they want to be caught by us, and they're totally free to decline. The alternative, though, is that we use Gacha tickets. Scattered all around Honolulu are these Gacha machines that we get tickets for. I've actually been saving up tickets for a while, so let's go see if we can pull some good Sujimon with them. Oh, what the fuck? I don't even feel the need to describe what's happening on screen right now. I guess the Gacha machines just had deeds to human beings in them? Alright, fuck the Sujimon League, fuck Ichiban for participating in this, and fuck everyone else involved. I really adore Ichiban. He's like one of my comfort characters, so I'm going to headcanon this as him essentially freeing these slaves and letting them join his team. Realistically, most of them aren't going to be used in combat anyways, so really it's just a bunch of submissives who happen to also be literal slaves, just following Ichiban around because he's such a great master. Okay, look, I know I'm already reaching a lot to make Ichiban out as anything but a slave driver here, but surely this can't get any worse. Well, I mentioned that most of the Sujimon won't actually be used in battle, so here's a cool gameplay tip. If you have two of the same Sujimon in your roster, you can actually give one up to make the other stronger. Let's try it out. Oh, what the fuck? What did we just do? Is this guy a cannibal? Did we just make him be a cannibal? Look, I'm gonna end the Sujimon discussion there, quit while I'm ahead. When we're playing the Ichiban, the Like a Dragon series turns into an unreliable narrator story. He sees all of these violent, brutal street brawls with dangerous Yakuza as cutesy turn-based video games where he tells all his friends what attacks to use.